yourselves in. It is time for another TRUTHFM broadcast.
Hey there, Fuzz. Who's that underneath your desk?
Well, Bubba, apparently you didn't get the memo. Today is Bring a Jew to Work Day, and it just so happens my girlfriend's a Jew.
Isn't that next Tuesday? I thought today was dressed like a hooker with a birth defect.
You might be right. That's alright. Well, Jus Bunny currently has a mouthful, but when she's done, she can join us on the air.
So, Fuzz, can you guess what my hooker birth defect is?
Let's see. Locks of gorgeous hair flowing. Check. Abs you could grate. Check. I have no idea, Bubba.
I was born with nipples on my butt cheeks.
I'm not sure nipples on your butt cheeks counts as a defect. I think that's evolution taking a step in the right direction. Holy sweet baby Jesus! Jus Bunny seems to be finished. Let's get her mic'd up.
Are we really going to call her Jus Bunny?
Well, it was that or Jew Thunder.
Bunny it is.
How you doing, Jus Bunny?
Hey guys, I'm pretty good. I didn't expect the radio business to be like this. I was only here for 4 minutes, almost fell in the pool of KY jelly while trying to avoid some ice sculpture of Bubba. And Fuzz told me if I wanted to get on the air, I had to—
Whoa! For the record, she is my girlfriend and not an employee here. I'm sick of all the sexual harassment claims in this office.
Fuzz, I told you showing up naked to work and thrusting at all the girls was a bad idea.
I was trying to improve office morale. If I can't orchestrate a pants-off dance-off in my own radio station, then I'm not sure radio is the place for me.
We'll talk about this off-air. Anyways, Jus Bunny, all Fuzz ever tells me is that you're a Jew and how he's going to steal your Jew gold. How'd you guys meet?
It was really quite romantic. I was in Chucky Cheese's for my cousin's bar mitzvah when I saw Fuzz in the ball pit, throwing balls at toddlers and throwing toddlers at toddlers. I knew then that this was a man with a childlike spirit and a sense of humor.
I'm pretty sure he just hates kids and wanted the ball pit all to him. Ah! What the fuck?
Go on, Nikki. Bubba doesn't know what he's talking about.
So later in the evening, security was taking him out, and I slipped him my number. Now that I think about it, you put the number in your Speedo, cause you weren't wearing any pants.
Chucky Cheese isn't nearly as fun as I remember. It was always the one place I knew I could have a no-pants dance-off. Apparently when you're in your 20s, it's illegal.
How do you manage to stay out of prison? In our first 3 shows, you've caused a multiple car pileup, killed our weatherman with a chainsaw, admitted to sexual harassment, injected yourself with steroids, and had an illegal gene splicing experiments done to your penis.
Well, in each case, I pay the bail and tell them I'm you. I stole one of your IDs and put my picture on it. This reminds me, your court date is coming up. I'd get a good lawyer because the nipple butt cheeks aren't gonna go over well in prison.
Right, and what makes you think I won't turn you in?
Because I also forged your name on some strongly worded letters. And if you don't let me calm the mobs, you're likely going to be murdered.
Oh god, like what?
Well, it's a funny story. Apparently, you wrote a letter to the African American Negro College Fund, and you were asking that they help you pay for the courses to train your freshly adopted African American child how to make you dinners and tend your land.
You told the African American Negro College Fund that I wanted them to train my fictitious adopted black child to be a slave?
Pretty much. But the AANCF isn't your biggest worry.
How could it possibly be worse?
Well, I wrote a letter to the leader of the KKK telling him you were a proud Mormon with only black wives and several black children, and you trained them all in the art of Kung Fu. And if the KKK didn't cease and desist their hate crimes, then you and your black Mormon family would unleash your Kung Fu skill and destroy the KKK.
Why the fuck would you write these insane letters in my name?
I certainly wasn't going to say they were from me. Anyways, I also mentioned where you'd be on a certain day and time for both letters. I figure if they both show up in mobs and see one another, they'll start a battle royale, which I will record and put on YouTube, and finally have more views than that damn Justin Bieber. At the same time, I'd be ending racism.
But why the African American Negro College Fund?
Just as racist as the KKK. You don't see an all-American cracker college fund, do you?
Sometimes I don't know whether to hate you for your insanity or bow before your genius.
Oh, it's all part of my charm. Another way I've stayed out of prison. Anyways, let's move on, shall we, to weather. Let's pass it off to the Jew.
You know I have a name, right?
Of course you do. It's Jew Goldius Maximus Jerry Curlyupagus, which is why I shortened it for you.
Actually, it's Nicole, and with all this "Hey Jew Gold, I'm gonna get your Jew Gold" talk, I think about leaving you sometimes. But then I remember you're ridiculously good-looking naked.
You won't hear any argument from me. It's 100% fact, and I wrote the script. So tell us about the weather, Jew Goldius, Jew Bunnius.
It's warmer than the back seat of a Volkswagen at the drive-in theater, folk, which means beach season is here. Unless you're a fatty, because nobody wants to see a beached whale.
Hey now, fatties need loving too.
It's true. That's where Bubba goes to work his magic.
Works every time. Let's move on to the people who keep us employed.
Your mother?
No, the fans. And this fan won our contest for disturbing things you do with your body while you're all alone.
How the hell did he beat me?
Don't worry, you were miles ahead of the competition, but this was a fan-only competition. His name is TheBigLowski, and the prize is a guest appearance on the next TRUTHFM.
Jesus, we're letting everyone in on this radio show, huh?
Once you let a Jew in, there goes the neighborhood, I guess.
So, BigLowski, what do you do to win the contest?
Hi guys, I'm a big fan. I didn't do anything to win the contest. I was just putting on a show on Cam 4, and Bubba is just one of my best customers. He recorded the whole show and submitted it for me.
Now that you mentioned it, he's shown me your work. You're quite the performer.
Well, thank you, sir. I do the best with the tools I have. Speaking of tools, did you guys see the one show I did with the socket wrench, a soldering iron, and the spider monkey?
That was the first movie Fuzz and I watched together before jumping in the backseat of his Volkswagen. I was wondering how you did that thing with the handlebars and the tube stay.
Actually, with all the viewers I have on Cam 4, I have an endorsement deal with KY, which is how Fuzz and Bubba fill that pool back there.
My favorite fan gift yet. Unfortunately, Fuzz, it looks like we're out of time, but it looks like we have plenty for our next broadcast.
Absolutely, Bubba. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've run out of time, but stay tuned for the next episode. Hopefully, Bubba can stay out of prison, I get more views than that damn Justin Bieber, racism is ended, and I finally get my hands on that damn Jew gold. Thanks to our guest appearances, Jus Bunny and TheBigLowski. Have a good night, everyone.
Now here's some killer tunes right here on Truth FM.